Not sure how to structure your workout properly? Today, I'm going to share with you some quick and easy to apply tips that will help you to build your perfect strength training workout. All right, let's get into it. It's important to know your goal for each workout. For example, if you're training to improve your 1 rep max, then you're probably going to want to spend the majority of your time in the lower rep ranges. So knowing your goal is key to understanding what rep ranges, movements, and methods you'll be using throughout the workout. These can range from strength, hypertrophy, muscular endurance, power, etc. So before you start, try to identify what your main goal for the workout is, either by yourself or with the help of a coach if you're struggling. Step 2, start with a proper warm-up. Warming up is essential to making sure that we minimize injury risk and maximize performance in the gym. So you want to make sure it's not something that you decide to skip before you start training. And while it is essential, that doesn't mean it has to be complicated. Sure, if you enjoy doing a 10-minute walk on a treadmill or your favorite hip mobilization drill, then go for it. But a good warm-up can be as simple as doing a few lighter reps of each movement that you plan to do in the workout. As a general rule, the heavier you plan to lift, the more warm-up sets you should do. So for example, if you plan to work on 1 rep max attempts, you'll probably want to do more warm-up sets than if you're staying in the 10 to 12 rep range. Remember not to burn yourself out too much during the warm-up. Gradually build up to your working weight, but do less reps as you get closer to it. Focus on going through a full range of motion to prepare the muscles for the movement that they're going to be performing during the lift. Step 3, prioritize compound lifts early. Compound lifts are a fantastic way to build strength and muscle. They engage the most muscle mass and therefore can be very time effective while also being excellent for progressing in terms of load and volume. They are also typically the most technically demanding movements and therefore require the most concentration and energy from the trainee. This is why you should normally aim to prioritize these lifts and perform them earlier in the workout, when you're less likely to be at risk of severe technique breakdown that could lead to injury risk or poor performance. As a general rule, the more complicated the movement is, the earlier in the workout you want it to be. Step 4, add accessories for weak points or target areas. Once your main lifts are done, you can move to more accessory work. While it's generally a good idea to address all muscle groups in some way, shape, or form in our training program, we can use accessory work to add volume to areas that we want to improve more aesthetically or are generally weaker overall. For example, arms, upper back, hamstrings, etc. Because accessory work is typically less complicated than our compound lifts, it's easier to perform even if we are somewhat fatigued from our earlier work. You might even find these movements easier to push closer to failure due to the lower technical demand. Step 5, end with extras. After your accessory work is done, you can move on to any extras that you may not have covered so far. For example, a lot of trainees like to finish their workout with 10 to 15 minutes of cardio to burn some extra calories if their goal is to improve their body composition. You could also do this in the form of conditioning work, like sled pushes or farmer's walks. Or you could take the time to work on more specific areas that aren't targeted as well with conventional movements, such as forearms or neck muscles. Stretching can also work here if your goal is to improve your flexibility. The main thing here is to make sure that nothing is too technically demanding, as this is the point in the workout where you will be the most fatigued. And there you have it. Hopefully these points have helped you to get a better idea of how to structure your own strength training workouts more effectively. If you found this video helpful, then don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It helps us out a lot, and if you have any ideas for future videos, then let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.